What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. And we're gonna do another top 10 times WWE went too far. Last time I did the Attitude Era, this time I'm going to do the Ruthless Aggression Era. So let's get on the list. Number 10, JBL hunting for illegal immigrants. When APA broke up in 2004, JBL turned heel and he had one of the greatest runs as a wrestler for himself. One of JBL's first feuds were involved with the late great Eddie Guerrero. Obviously, JBL knew Eddie Guerrero was Mexican and proceeded to cut a promo about it. JBL was at the border in Texas and calling Eddie Guerrero an illegal immigrant. JBL went as far as saying that these immigrants were destroying the country and even hunted for them. JBL actually kicked out a man and his family that were illegal immigrants. Number 9, Dawn Marie and Al Wilson. Let's go to the beginning of the story. Dawn Marie told Tori Wilson that she had feelings towards Tori's father, who was Al Wilson. Tori Wilson was very disgusted and disturbed with their father's affair and decided to end the entire thing. It wasn't until a little after that Dawn Marie also stated she had feelings for Tori Wilson too. So Dawn Marie said that the only way she would cancel the wedding is if she got one night with Tori Wilson. So Al and Dawn winded up getting married in a nude wedding. On their honeymoon, Al Wilson passed away due to a heart attack because Dawn and Al had many hours of sex, and it was way too much for the old man to handle. The storyline ended with a match called Stepmother vs. Stepdaughter at Royal Rumble. Number 8, Eddie Guerrero references after death. In 2005, one of the saddest events happened in the WWE. The late great Eddie Guerrero passed away. Most people couldn't believe he just died. But Rey Mysterio was pushed to the World Heavyweight Championship and he won the title for Eddie Guerrero. After WrestleMania 22, Rey was involved in a feud with Randy Orton, who was a pure asshole at the time. Randy Orton on an episode of SmackDown said, "Eddie ain't in heaven, he's in hell." It wouldn't stop after that. On another episode, he would get the car that Eddie would always drive during his entrance. This was completely unnecessary and Randy could have got heat another way. Number 7, Eugene. Now for this one, it isn't a specific moment or storyline, but it's a gimmick. Eugene's gimmick was one of the strangest and most unique gimmicks I've ever seen. His gimmick was a guy who was mentally disabled. Having a guy who has mental disabilities participate in matches isn't the smartest business choice on WWE's hand. Eugene did make the most out of that terrible gimmick, but still, they went too far with having such a messed up gimmick. At least, we will never see a gimmick like that ever again because of course, it's one of the dumbest things ever. I bet all you guys were wondering, is he gonna say it's the PG era? No, it's just one of the stupidest things. It shouldn't have happened back then and it won't happen now. Number 6, Vince McMahon's death. In 2007, Vince McMahon apparently had planned out one of the greatest storylines ever. How his amazing storyline started was him walking backstage to his limo. Once they opened the door, he closed it and then blew up. The entire storyline would be finding out who killed Vince McMahon. Whatever happened to this storyline, the whole Chris Benoit incident happened just a week after, and McMahon had to come out to address that issue. Therefore, his storyline was over and never brought up again. It is never okay to make a storyline about a man getting murdered. Never! Number 5, Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon versus Shawn Michaels and God. WWE is one insane wrestling company. They think making a mockery out of God is a good idea. Oh Vince, you crazy man. Shawn Michaels was feuding with Vince McMahon around this time. This was also the time that Shawn Michaels became a holy man and gave up on drugs and alcohol and etc. He became a reborn man. Vince decided to make fun of that with the storyline. He even had a spotlight pointing at the ramp for God's entrance. But the worst part about all this is that Vince McMahon went over God. Yes, all the viewers had to watch Vince McMahon defeat God. I wonder how parents had to explain to their kids what just happened. Number 4, LITA, KANE, and SNITSKY. These three were in one of the craziest, weirdest kind of love triangles WWE has ever produced. In 2004, KANE would stalk LITA. He later asked if she could carry his baby. LITA fell to pressure and fear and married KANE and was forced to be impregnated. Alright, right there, that's kind of rape. Anyways, KANE faced SNITSKY, and at the end of the match, SNITSKY hit KANE with a chair. After he got hit with the chair, KANE fell onto LITA, who was apparently carrying KANE's baby. LITA went straight to the hospital, and the next week's Raw would reveal that LITA had lost the baby. The most extreme part of this entire storyline was during Chris Jericho's highlight reel when SNITSKY came out with a fake baby and punted it towards the crowd. Number 3, Michael Cole and Heidenreich. In early 2004, Heidenreich's gimmick was a psychotic character who would have promos that were angry poems, run in during random matches, and he even attacked fans in the crowds. On an episode of SmackDown, Heidenreich dragged Michael Cole to a restroom. Both men were shown on camera, and it had looked like Michael Cole was not feeling what Heidenreich was feeling. He was holding Cole against the door, and it was just all really uncomfortable. He was also reciting a poem to Cole while constantly forcing himself onto him. Number 2, Edge and Lita have sex. In 2006, at the New Year's Revolution pay-per-view, Edge would cash in on John Cena to win his first ever WWE Championship. Edge promised that him and Lita would have a live sex celebration the next night on Raw. The following night on Raw, they would just do that. They had a bed in the ring, and both Lita and Edge got under the sheets. They would move around to stimulate sex, and everyone felt really uncomfortable. There's even a nip slip of Lita. Go search that up if you want on your own time. And imagine being like me and any other kid, a 10-year-old basically watching sex with your parents. It was one thing that you will never forget, and you were kind of scarred for life. And number 1, Katie Vick. One of the worst storylines I have ever witnessed in my life. I always ask the same question, and the question is just why. The storyline goes like this. Kane was drunk driving in 1995, and he had gotten into an accident that would kill his girlfriend, Katie Vick. Triple H brought this up in a storyline to get in Kane's head. He went as far as having sex with a mannequin with a Kane mask in a casket. Why did this seem like a great idea? Oh wait, this is WWE, where Vince McMahon goes over God. Someone's gimmick is a mentally disabled guy, and Michael Cole gets sexually assaulted. Anyways guys, as always, thanks for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at WWE Pllana. Also check out my other channel, Official Life Facts. Take care and spike your hair.